and here at the Access Events Center for the second day in a row with our ASTV Productions crew. It's my first time being here this weekend with my colleagues. Graham Forsyth here on the mic tonight or I guess this afternoon for today's MFHL regular season matchup between the Pembina Valley Hawks and Eastman Selects. Like I said, I'm going to be your play-by-play commentator, Graham Forsyth today, joined to my left by Cody Wall and to my right, Seth Rock. Cody going to be doing the color in today's game, a change of pace from what he's been doing as he has been doing play-by-play most recently. Seth is going to be the third man on the crew tonight. But Cody, I'll start off with this. A 3-0 win yesterday for the Pembina Valley Hawks. A lot of shots on net. Could have had more than three, but the goaltender, Rachel Halderson, for the Interlake Lightning was absolutely phenomenal. But overall, talk about, what you thought about the game yesterday that Pembina Valley showed out there in their second game out of their 3 games they played this weekend.
Yeah, they definitely had a great showing yesterday, and I want to say thanks for welcoming me on today, Graham. Getting me into the color commentary position, a little bit more my style lately, but yeah, it was interesting to call yesterday's game between the Interlake Lightning and the Pembina Valley Hawks. Definitely was all-out offensive affair for the Hawks, but they just ran into a hot goalie in Rachel Halderson, and she just turned away everything that she saw come towards the net and really looked good in that loss yesterday for the Interlake Lightning.
Well, of course, you look at Pembina Valley coming into this game, records still below 500, right? Obviously not getting the result they wanted on Friday night as they were in Winnipeg playing the Winnipeg Ice at the Bell MTS Iceplex, losing that game 4-0, but responding with a strong performance, it seemed, in all ends of the ice yesterday, limiting Interlake to shots, a team that ended up grabbing their first win of their season last weekend against the Westman Wildcats, who I believe that was probably the biggest upset we've seen so far in the MFHL season, just looking at Interlake having no wins going into that game. But for Pembina Valley coming in, playing against Eastman, playing them twice already this year, shutting them out in both games, definitely looking to go 2-1 on the weekend to feel pretty good about themselves heading into the rest of the season after this weekend ends.
Yeah, definitely. Yesterday was a good effort for the Pembina Valley Hawks, kind of bouncing back from a bit of a hard game like you had mentioned in Winnipeg on Friday, and they'll be looking to kind of extend that effort into today. Like you said, Graham, they do know coming into today they have had Eastman's number by beating them by 5 goals in the 2 combined games so far this year, and not allowing any goals in their own net.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely Pembina Valley looking for another shutout today, but ultimately I think they just want to come out in this one and play a strong 60 minutes like these players do preach every time I talk to them on the Hawks Report, and every time we've talked to them on the network in general. But the game plan today for the Eastman Selects, what would you think that would have to be coming into this one, playing against a Pembina Valley Hawks team who, like we've mentioned, have had they're not their greatest luck against this Pembina Valley Hawks team.
Yeah, definitely. If you're the Eastman Selects coaching staff, Trevor Hildebrand, you're going to be wanting to kind of tell the girls in the locker room there to maybe forget some of the past games against these Hawks and kind of come out with a fresh perspective here and try and get a fresh slate on this game here today and try and take it to the Pembina Valley Hawks in tonight's affair.
Yeah, and the Eastman Selects did play last night on the road in Hartney against the Westman Wildcats. Of course, Westman took care of Eastman in that game 6-1. Eastman was down 4-0 headed into that third period. It ended with a score of 6-1. Of course, you take a look at the stats in that game. It doesn't show any stats for the Eastman Selects in this game, but they were able to get 37 shots on Grace Glover in that game. So they were able to get their shots in that game, of course, getting over 35 plus in that game against the Westman Wildcats, but not sure what they limited Westman to in shots in that game. But what do you say is going to be, the game plan for Eastman expanding into that, coming off of a loss like that, playing their second game in as many days?
Well, you can imagine that Eastman is going to be coming into this game hungry. Looking at the standings, Eastman is directly behind the Pembina Valley Hawks in the standings. So when you're playing against a team that you're closely matched up with in the standings, you definitely got to make sure you get a good effort level in those games, because to overtake a team, you definitely got to beat the ones that you're close to there, Graham.
Yeah, and coming into this game, they are only a place separating them, but that could be deceiving, as the Pembina Valley Hawks have 7 points more than the Eastman Selects this year. Of course, Pembina Valley coming into this one with a 10-12 record, and then the Eastman Selects coming in with a 6-16-1 record with 13 points on their season. Talking about the keys to the game for both teams in this game, Cody, going with Pembina Valley first and then going into Eastman as well.
Definitely. For Pembina Valley, they're definitely going to be coming in this game and wanting to continue, like I said, off of that momentum they got yesterday, continue that offensive affair, and really activate the defense like they were yesterday. I know me and Seth yesterday went calling the game. We had pointed out how active the defense was coming from the back end of the Pembina Valley Hawks, able to move their feet, and often we found Quinn McLaren up in the rush and able to generate some offensive chances.
And then for the Eastman Selects in this game?
For the Eastman Selects, I think they're going to lean heavily on their leadership group in Janique Labossiere and number 13 in Chloe Gauthier. Those two are some of the leaders offensively on this team, as well as number 4, Jenna Selling. Those kind of three-headed girls on the Eastman Selects, I think, are going to be the leaders here to kind of pump their team up and get them going into today's affair.
Well, for the third time in this regular season, the Pembina Valley Hawks face off against the Eastman Selects. Pembina Valley looking to go 3-0 against Eastman on the season series so far. So we're going to throw it to commercial break. We're going to have the starting lineups for you guys after this commercial break. Actually, we're going to most likely hear O Canada coming up here, but yeah, folks, enjoy the game, and we'll be back on the call after O Canada ends. And there you have it, O Canada playing in today's game here at the Access Event Center in this MFHL regular. The Pembina Valley Hawks and Eastman Selects. I'm your play-by-play commentator tonight, Graham Forsyth. Our guest for this afternoon's game, joined by my color commentator, Cody Wall. We'll get Seth chiming in here every once in a while in this game. But going to the starting lineups in today's game for the Pembina Valley Hawks, we're going to see Maya Pierce, up front, along with Erica Fiala and Quinn McLaren on the back end. Number 1, Tria Enns gets the start. And for the Eastman Selects, we're going to see Ariana Weary as well as Chloe Gauthier on the back end, with Bethany Wilgosh, Ginger Fast, and Janique Labossiere captain for the Eastman Selects, and Maya Jones in net for this. It's going to go back to the point to Quinn McLaren. That one not going to get through. Good traffic in front, good block by the Eastman Selects. Tries to play it up the boards there was Eastman, but that's going to be held down low by the Pembina Valley Hawks. Quinn McLaren going to send that down low and go off for a change. All 5 changing for the Pembina Valley Hawks here early. Janique Labossiere now with the puck in her own end. She's going to send that across to a teammate in number 6, Ariana Weary. We're going to send that one in. It's going to be Emily Foster playing it across to her teammate in Janique Grenier. Bobbled at the line. It's going to be Sala keeping it in, or Sellen keeping it in for the Eastman Selects. It's going to be down low. Eastman gets that taken away from them by number 9 in Cooling. Cooling going to send that down low into the Eastman Select zone and go off for a change. Number 3 now, Kaylee Irwin with the puck behind the Eastman Selects net. She's going to get rubbed out there along her boards in her own end by Jessica Anderson. Anderson going to come out with the puck. It's going to be sent out in front, no one there, but it's going to go to the line for Erica Fiala. Fiala walks the line and shoots, and that's going to be blocked, or it was blocked. And now here comes Jenna Sellen. Bringing it in. She's going to try to go wide on Erica Fiala, but Erica Fiala does a good job of standing her ground and rubbing her out there. Played out off the boards, out of the Pembina Valley Hog zone. Back to get it is number 9 for the Eastman Selects, Devin Brown. That pass, that clearing attempt, going to be picked off and kept in by Abby Borderdui. Borderdui on the forecheck, forcing a turnover. Leah Puto with it. She's going to send that out in front. High pass out in front, ended up ramping off of someone's stick. It's going to go back up to Leah Puto. Puto going to send that to Cambry Martins. Cambry Martins with the cycle down low to Abby Borderdui. 17:30 left in this period, only 2 minutes and 30 seconds played up until this point and counting. Puck battle along the boards. You guys can't see it there. We apologize about the angles. We won't be able to show you guys every single play here, but every part of the play, but we'll try our best. That's sent in by the Eastman Selects. Around the boards, it's going to be Abby Borderdui with the puck. Abby Borderdui taking it behind her own net. She's going to try to dangle past number 15 there in Kennedy Hauser. A good stick by Hauser. Janique Labossiere had the puck there, up top. It's going to continue to battle along with a teammate. That's going to be turned over and into the possession of the Selects. Save made there by Trians. Number 1 starting goaltender today for the Pembina Valley Hawks. And Cody Trians having a pretty solid season so far. .902 save percentage, along with a 6-5 record on her season.
Yeah, definitely. Tria is coming into today's game with a winning record on her resume for this year. Definitely has had a good year for herself. She is in her grade 12 year with the Hawks here, and looking to close out her Pembina Valley Hawks career with a bang, as you'd say. Graham?
No doubt about it. Some vets on this team that it is their last season. Definitely looking to make a deep playoff run when playoff time comes. Games like this, all about building good habits, I'd say, Cody, and building good habits going towards playoff time.
Definitely. As you're constantly building as the season goes on, we've mentioned it numerous times how many different players have made leaps and bounds this year. I know yesterday me and Seth were talking about number 16 and Naomi Scarf getting moved up to the forward position and how she really looked to thrive in that position. Now looks like she is playing forward again today.
Yeah, she's been switching from defense to forward, and then defense when they need her, and then now back to playing forward in this game, Cody.
She's definitely looked good while doing it, and really thrived when she has had the opportunity. Just as
There
we
she
mentioned
is.
her, there she goes with the
Yeah,
puck. Graham.
Naomi Scarf, she sent that to Gracie Carrolls, but it's going to be turned over. And the Eastman Selects were in the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, comes out of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, but now it's back in, behind the net. A battle there with Erica Fiala, along with Kennedy Hauser. Pembina Valley looking to break out here, and they're able to get it out of the zone. There's Abby Borderdui with the puck. Abby Borderdui now looks to come in with speed, and she does, able to get by. That's going to be sent in high slot, and that unable to get to the net. Maya Jones looked ready to save the shot there, but could have been a chance for Pembina Valley to get on the board early here in that high-danger scoring area, and there's Abby Borderdui. Her shot misses way wide. She's going to go off for a change. Eastman Selects now, breaking out of their own end. That pass going to misfire, and it's going to be in the neutral zone still. Kaylee Irwin sending it into the Pembina Valley Hawk zone for the Eastman Selects. From McLaren makes a pass to number 8 in My Pierce, Mackenzie Cullen. It's going to be Annika Braun sending that one on net, and a low shot covered up by Maya Jones.
And as always, today's pregame show was brought to you by Murray Chrysler in Morden and Carmen. Murray Chrysler for all your Dodge and Chrysler needs.
And our great sponsors giving us some great support here, of course, for all of our games that we broadcast here on the network. That's going to be in the possession of Jenna Sellen. Sellen going to be unable to play that up the boards, clogged up by the Pembina Valley Hawks. It's going to go around the boards now, and Eastman in possession of it, and they're going to be able to break out. Jenna Sellen tries to get that up, but unable to. Eastman looking to go in and attack. It's going to go to Huberto. Huberto going to chip that down low into the Pembina Valley Hawk zone. It's broken out there by the Pembina Valley Hawks. A potential icing here, and it's going to be waved off. No icing on the call, so we continue play here. Jessica Anderson in on the forecheck. She's going to miss Kaylee Irwin, but Irwin's pass is going to be turned over to the point to Fiala. Fiala sent that down low. Kaylee Irwin loses her stick down low at the disadvantage for the Eastman Selects, but they're able to survive. That breakout pass intended for Hauser misses, and the Hawks send it deep into the select zone once again. Abby Borderdui goes in. Abby Borderdui to the front of the net, shoots, and what a save by Maya Jones. Covering it up on a grade A scoring chance there by Abby Borderdui.
Yeah, nice move by Borderdui there. I thought she was going to go for the wraparound behind the net, but she did a quick little juke move to cut in front there, and looked like Maya Jones was up to the task there. Didn't trick her on that one, Graham, but definitely a nice play by Borderdui.
Good vision there by Borderdui as well, Cody, noticing that she had that open space to take it to that high-quality scoring area to get that chance.
That's definitely something we often see with Abby Borderdui, is her vision on the ice.
And there's going to be a whistle here on the play, Cody. I missed exactly what it was. Could this be? I think it is a offside call on the play.
Yeah, it looks like there was a delayed offside there that was blown down. We are going to get a face-off just outside the Eastman Selects end here.
Draws one by Eastman. A good stick there by Maya Pierce. She sends that down low around the boards, and Cambry Martins going to be there for support, but that gets by her. Abby Borderdui now in the neutral zone, looking to go wide, and she just elects to chip it in. Gets cut off there by number 8 in Ginger Fast. And Eastman going to break out. Bounce off the boards in the favor of the Eastman Selects. Labossiere now going to, she sends that down low. Ginger Fast on the puck. Now she sends that out in front, but unable to connect with the teammate. Annika Braun now. Her pass across going to be, or was picked off by number 15 in Kennedy Hauser. That pass goes to Annika Braun going to cut in, but Braun, lays the physicality there on number 18 and Kate Everett. No penalty on the call. Quinn McLaren in her own end. She's going to try to send that to Naomi Scarf, but that stretch pass missing. Her unable to connect.
Annika Brunn maybe getting away with one there, as she was kind of, you could see maybe she knew she was going to run into the select player there. Select player maybe not as quite as ready for the hit there, but looks like cooler heads will prevail.
And that same player who did get taken out, I believe it was Kate Everett with the puck now, but she's unable to get past the first wave of Pembina Valley Hawks players in the Hawks zone. Jenna Sellen picks up a loose puck. Sellen taking it behind her own net. 2 Hawks on her there. Gets rubbed out, but Sellen going to keep on it, and she's going to play that down low to Huberdeau. JC Huberdeau plays that up to the point, and that shot going to miss wide of the net. Trians not challenged there. That shot, this time Trians does make the save, a low one, and she turns that away to the corner in her own end. Jenna Sellen plays that out in front. Shot there. Chance by the Selects, but turned away by Trians and the Selects. Keeping on the puck. An errant pass from the Hawks, unable to break out. Gauthier is going to send that down low to Jenna Sellen. Sellen plays it around. So on a wraparound chance, try getting that to a teammate. Kaylee Irwin holds the line, plays that across to her teammate in Ariana Weary. Now the Hawks finally get possession of it, and Abby Borderby comes in to the neutral zone just before the blue line dumps it in, and there's going to be a line change for the Hawks. Kaylee Irwin now going to keep on possession of this puck. Irwin, a spin around. She passes that to D partner in Ariana Weary. Weary plays that up the boards for Janick Labossiere. Labossiere plays that up the ice for Ginger Fast. Trying to beat the icing now. No icing on the play. Fast with a good job of beating it out with her speed. Fast with possession of it. Sends it on net from a sharp angle on Trians. And N's going to cover things up here and get a stoppage and play with 9:12 left in the first period of action here between the Pembina Valley Hawks and Eastman Selects. Shots are even at 3-all, and it's 0-0 still.
And definitely can see that both teams are moving their feet out there. We saw Eastman negate the icing there. Earlier we did see number 2 in Gracie Carroll's outrace the Selects to negate the icing as well. So really both teams got their feet moving and are going today, Graham.
No doubt about it, Cody. It's a very entertaining game so far, and the best part about it is we still got another 2 periods after this one. Emily Foster recovers that puck in front of her own net. That long stretch pass into the neutral zone going to be picked off there by Brown for the Selects. Janique Grenier now steps up into the neutral zone, gets the puck and plays it, or carries it into the Eastman Select zone. Puck sent into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone now. McLaren off the boards to Pierce. Pierce goes to Jessica Anderson. Anderson now with the puck. She ends up fanning on it, I believe, and it gets turned over into the Eastman Selects possession. Blue line there. McLaren reaches in with her stick. Doesn't fully commit to the pinch there. It's going to be a scrum near the boards, but Eastman going to get possession of it. Here comes Eastman with the puck. With no play there, number 21, Pandora Turcotte just chooses to send it below the goal line. It's into the neutral zone now, right near the Hawks boards. A scrum there, and the Selects coming out with it once again. Ariana Weary past the red line, sends it in deep around the boards into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone. That one able to get out of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone now, but right back into Eastman's possession. And here comes Annika Braun going in. She's going to circle up. Tries to send that on net, but that one goes wide. Bit of a dangerous chance there for Annika Braun that she created. It's out in front, and Braun unable to get what she wanted on that one. And it's taken out of the Eastman select zone finally, and it's going to go on net for Triens, and she just covers this one up and gets a stoppage in play with 7 minutes exactly left in the scoreless first period.
It's really been a back and forth affair here, Graham. Both teams exchanging chances here at both sides of the ice. Looking in the second period, both teams might want to elect to play a little bit more defensive game to eliminate some of the opportunities that they are letting the selects have.
It's played down low in the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, and here's a penalty coming here. I feel like we could kind of see that coming from a mile away after that was initiated there, Cody. But the Hawks going to the penalty box for the first time in this game, putting the selects on the power play, the girl advantage for the first time in this game.
And it does look like number 10 of Emily Foster is going to be getting called. 2 minutes for tripping. That does send the Hawks to our first penalty kill of the game. And as always, penalty kills are brought to you by Evolve Green.
Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here, like all of our sponsors on ASTV. Happy to have them on the amateur sports TV team here, Cody. Killed off for the first 10 seconds by the Hawks. They send it into the select zone. The selects forced to break out all the way from the other side of the ice where they'd want to be. Here's Huberdeau with the puck now for the selects. Good play there by number 22, Vanstone, Zenith Vanstone on the puck there. And the Hawks going to send that out for a clear. And going to see can't quite see who that is. Cambry Martin's on the puck. She sends that to the front of the net, but covered up nicely with numbers there by the Eastman Selects. Kaylee Irwin taking this one in wide. Leaves that for a teammate. It's going to go to Jenna Sellon. Her shot unable to get through, but Sellon stays on the puck. Sellon continues with it. Sellon still with the puck. She's going to keep possession of it here. And plays that to Kaylee Irwin. Irwin, her shot low on net. Rebound there. Triens unable to track it. Loose puck still. Shot there, scores! The Eastman Selects on that scrambly coverage on the penalty kill, overpowering the Pembina Valley Hawks on that one. Triens just couldn't locate the puck, and that costed the Pembina Valley Hawks, and they're down here 1-0 after that power play goal by the Selects.
Yeah, and you definitely can't fault Triens there for that one there. Just a mad scramble in front of the net on the penalty kill, and the Selects being out powering the Hawks there, and looked like number 21 of Pandora Turcotte was one who managed to get that one in top corner.
And by the stats here, that is Pandora's second goal of the season so far. So some good fortune there from Pandora, able to be in the right place, right time to put that top shelf, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're Coach Trevor Hildebrand, you're definitely excited that you kind of broke that goose egg that you've had against the Hawks so far this year.
Yeah, definitely a positive that they can take away from this game no matter what happens. But Quinn McLaren looking to have something to say about it. Scores! Quinn McLaren into the zone, and she gets that one by Maya Jones. And just like that, Cody, we got a tie game here.
Yeah, just like that is right, Graham. That one was a sharp angle shot going from one side of the ice to that far corner just under the pad of number 37, Maya Jones, and Captain Quinn McLaren got us back to tied.
And Captain Quinn McLaren, when they needed her, she delivers here early on in this game, and we're back to square one here, a tie game.
And as always, our Pembina Valley Hawks goals are brought to you by Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors of ASTV here. Graham?
Emily Foster back to retrieve the puck that was sent in by goal scorer for the Selects, Pandora Turcotte. Into the neutral zone now, it's going to be Gauthier. Plays that across to Ariana Weary. Weary, her pass across, finds no one. It's the Pembina Valley Hawks now. Sending it in was Janique Grenier. Past the red line, no icing on the play. Sent out in front, no one there for the Hawks, but now Erica Fiala steps up into the play, sends that puck wide of the net. The Selects getting this one into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, and in on the forecheck is Jenna Sellen. The Hawks now looking to break out. That hitting the skates of one of their players, and now it's going to get out of the zone, but it's in the Eastman Selects possession. The Selects sending it in deep. It's going to be Erica Fiala back there to recover it for the Hawks. Number 8 now for the Selects, who is Ginger Fast. Her shot going wide of the net, might have been a pass attempt. Erica Fiala now battling down low, plays that up to Jessica Anderson. Anderson able to get this one out of her zone off the boards. Giving chase there is Abby Bordadui. Pass across to Kaylee Irwin, and now it's picked off by the Eastman Selects. In the neutral zone, that shot unable to find the back of the net there. Going to be picked off in the neutral zone again. Caitlin Moffat, my apologies, came in, but going to be an offside on the play, getting the stoppage in play in a 1-1 game with 2:52 left in this first period of action.
And on that Quinn McLaren goal, we just got confirmation that number 14, Caitlin Anderson, assisted on that one. And looking at the ice out there, looks like Caitlin's back out there trying to help her team get another one.
Caitlin Anderson having a good season so far. Taking a look at the stats here, Cody. I mean, not the most points, but a .59 points per game average for her this season. That shot can be wide of the net on from Annika Braun. And here's a penalty here coming up from the Eastman Selects late in this period, giving the Pembina Valley Hawks a chance to get an advantage on the power play here early on in this game.
And looks like that is going to be the Selects goal scorer and Pandora Turcotte that is going to the box there. I do believe that she was called 2 minutes for tripping. And it is going to send the Pembina Valley Hawks to the Supplement King power play. Athletes contact Supplement King and Swift Current and Winkler today for all your supplement needs.
That pass towards the slot, unable to connect with the teammate. My Pierce down low, sending that up to the point to Erica Fiala. Fiala plays that across to McLaren. Her shot scores! Quinn McLaren strikes twice. Sadly, Luke Quinn, there you go, your second goal of the game on the power play. And just like that, the lead that the Eastman Selects had earlier in the game by Quinn McLaren, she tied it up and once again scoring her second goal of the game.
Wow, Graham, Quinn McLaren's really, so far today in this first period, put the team on her back. And as always, our Pembina Valley Hawks goals are brought to you by Evolve Green. Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here at ASTV.
And Quinn McLaren coming into today's game, Cody, with 4 goals, 9 assists on the season. She's improved that 4-goal total coming into today's game to 6 goals on the season now.
Yeah, a little bit more, and she'll be close to doubling her output for the season in today's game.
Wouldn't that be crazy, scoring a double hat-trick to get to double digits?
That would definitely be, I feel like, the align your mind player of the game if she did that.
Might be looking like it here early on so far, Cody. Of course, we are back to even, folks. Not sure if you can see the scoreboard, the score clock there in the arena, but it does still say that Eastman is on the penalty kill. They are, in fact, back to even strength. So Eastman looking to respond here after going up 1-0, giving up 2 goals pretty close apart. Erica Fiala now tries sending that one to the net, but it's going to be Jenna Sellen. A nice job of blocking it up there with her stick, and she has possession of it. Sellen tries to find a teammate in the neutral zone, but that pass was way off, down into the Hawk zone for an icing. And with 0.8 seconds, under a minute, we'll get a offensive face-off opportunity for the Pembina Valley Hawks in the Eastman Select zone.
And it looks like Quinn McLaren is back out there. She's going to be itching to generate some more off of, not registering a lot of shots so far today and already having 2 goals. You can imagine she's going to be ready to go.
Jenna Sellen steps up into the play. She gets that puck out of the zone. Sellen battling with Gracie Carrolls. Hildebrand coming in with, or Huberto coming in with good support. My apologies, not Trevor Hildebrand. I was thinking of him as the coach. It's Huberto who got the puck there, but pass out in front, shot there for Leah Puto, but that one misses wide of the net. Quinn McLaren sends that to Gracie Carrolls, but she's unable to handle it. To number 8 in Ginger Fast, keeping on the forecheck, but it's the Hawks with possession of the puck. Janique Labossiere goes across to number 6 in Ariana Weary. We're going to have that poked away from her, and now Abby Borderly brings it into the zone with 4.5 seconds left, but an offside on the play.
Yeah, Maya Pierce just a second ahead of Borderly there on the play, and we are going to get a face-off outside of the Selects end here.
Draw one by the Selects, and they're just going to eat this puck, keep it in their possession, that is, as we get the first buzzer of the game, indicating that that's the end of the first period. Score is 2-1 for the Pembina Valley Hawks, and based off the shots, I'm not sure if they're going to update them or not, but shots are even at 5-5, but definitely the story of this period. Cody is the back-to-back goals by Quinn McLaren to give her team the lead.
Yeah, definitely. After the Hawks go down with a bit of a unfortunate goal there on the penalty kill, Quinn McLaren really came up clutch right after, and that next following minutes, registering 2 goals on very close proximity of time, like you had mentioned.
Well, the Eastman Selects, like you said, Cody, doing something that they haven't been able to do this season against the Hawks, which is score a goal against them. So definitely a positive for them, but something that Trevor Hildebrand and the squad definitely doesn't like, I got to imagine, is giving up those 2 goals in a quick amount of time, like we said. So it's going to be interesting what the second period will involve here, but we're going to send it to a commercial break here for the first time in today's broadcast in this late afternoon game. It is 4:01 currently here in Morden, Manitoba at the Access Events Center. We will go to our first intermission coverage of Seth's Inside Scoop here coming up after these commercial breaks. But Cody, tell us about the sponsor of the first period in today's game.
Yeah, our sponsor for today's first period, or our first period today, was brought to you by Case Financial. If you're looking to buy a home, contact Case Financial for your mortgage.
All right, guys, make sure you watch that coverage out there.
Speaking of coverage, you guys got supplemental insurance?
Who is this guy?
No one can cover me.
You can be covered for any accident, anytime, anywhere, Canada and the USA. Learn more at supplementalinsurance.ca.
Hi.
Oh, brutal. Maybe I should get some of that coverage.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
And welcome back to the Access Event Center here in Morden, Manitoba. I'm Cody Wall here, color commentator, brought to you with Seth Rock for our first intermission segment of Seth's Inside Scoop. Seth, entertaining game so far, pretty back and forth so far today, but how are you today? We'll start off with that.
I'm doing pretty good. It's I took over the reins of doing camera today, so not going to be speaking too much, but here we go. We got the Inside Scoop. We got the first period's edition of it, so excited to do this with you, Cody.
And for sure, always entertaining to get our segment done here. Well, your segment done. But we'll start off here with looking at the Pembina Valley Hawks. What were some of the positives you saw from the Hawks game there in that first period?
Yeah, it was similar to what we saw, I thought, earlier on in the first period of last game. It wasn't as dominant as it was, but I thought the forecheck was still very good for the Hawks in this game. Just getting to loose pucks first, or being right on the player that has the puck, often creating a lot of turnovers. And there's just a plethora of stuff that they did well in this first period, and I think the Eastman Selects also had a very good first period.
And for the Eastman Selects, what were some of the positives that you saw from their game?
I like the way they were clogging up the neutral zone. Obviously, the Hawks have had their struggles with trying to break out of the neutral zone sometimes, and I thought the Eastman Selects, took advantage of that in this game and really clogged that up. Didn't allow the Hawks much as far as pucks, as far as chances through the inside goes. Even though the Hawks were able to pot too, I thought the Eastman Selects did a very good job at kind of clogging up the neutral zone and making it harder for the Hawks to get their offensive opportunities.
I would agree there, Seth. I know yesterday we had mentioned that the Hawks often try to force it for that stretch pass, and I know I would agree. I saw a couple times that stretch pass got broke up just from that good neutral zone and that center kind of blocking by the Eastman Selects. But obviously, not everything is roses. If you're Coach Trevor Hildebrand, what are some of the things you think you need to shore up if you're talking to the girls out there?
I think just clean up some of the defensive work in your own end. There's a few times on both goals I thought they got stuck, running around, didn't really have their assignments, and Quinn McLaren was able to strike on her rush the first time, and then she was able to get another shot in from the blue line. So yeah, Quinn McLaren, a great first period, but yeah, I think the Eastman Selects just need to work on tightening a few things up defensively here and there, and I think they can do that. I think they got a good chance of getting back in the game.
And it's hard to be too critical of that first Hawks goal because it was a bit of a scramble. But if you're Coach Dana Bell, what are you talking to the girls in the dressing room down there about?
Just ease up a little bit, playing on your toes a little bit. You just need to, sit back and really take an all-out approach to this second period and third period. Really get back on your horse. Don't worry about that first goal and get right back to it.
For sure. Always good insight from you, Seth. One more thing before we send it to another commercial break before we get underway for the second period. Obviously, be very easy to pick Quinn McLaren as a player to watch so far today, but looking beyond just her, who would you say has been somebody who's really impressed you so far today?
I like Yannick Bossier from the Eastman Selects. She's been having a great season herself, being able to pot in 10 goals so far on the year, and she's one of those players on the Eastman Selects. You are amazed when you see her skill set, and I think her skill set's been on display a few times in this game. We had to see her make a few nice moves when going in on the rush. So I think for the Eastman Selects, yeah, she's definitely the player that to watch so far.
And also is managing to wear the C here in her final year with the Selects. They definitely depend on her for not just offense, but also for that leadership quality that they see from her as well. We'll send to a commercial break here. This was Seth's Inside Scoop here with Seth Rock and Cody Wall, and we'll be back for the playing of the second period in just a few.
Making the world a better place is always a work in progress, because our idea of success is not an endpoint. It's a new milestone from which we can move forward. As industries rise and new technologies take shape, we're committed to keeping pace, to ensuring our innovations are shared and our journeys celebrated, even as we set our sights on where to go next. This is how we live, how we learn, how we grow. Red River College, what we're doing is working.
Back here at the Access Events Center in Morden, Manitoba for the start of the second period of action between the Pembina Valley Hawks and Eastman Selects. Of course, the Pembina Valley Hawks went down 1-0 in the first period to start things off, in terms of the scoring in this game. But then Quinn McLaren, of course, as we've mentioned so many times already, Cody, stepping up and scoring 2 goals back-to-back to give Pembina Valley the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and unfortunately we didn't get a chance to cover the Friday night game, but we did get the opportunity to cover Quinn's game yesterday, and really she's just building off of a good effort from yesterday's game and continuing on into today, now registering 2 goals.
And of course, just to clarify something for you guys, in terms of the inactives today for the Pembina Valley Hawks, the only player they have inactive in today's lineup is number 5, forward of Marissa Fair, and for the Eastman Selects, Brenya Kapusta, number 10, forward, out for them in this game. Their only scratch. We're underway here in this second period of action. Eastman wins the draw. Weary sends it into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone. Quinn McLaren with the puck, rims it around the boards, no teammate there. Sent in deep by Ginger Fast. Fast gets the puck back. Her shot attempt wide of the net. It's going to be to Weary, to Labossiere. Janique Labossiere down low. Battling with her is Fiala, and Fiala wins the battle. Turns the puck over.
Fiala's been another player I've been quite impressed with over this weekend. Yesterday she was active in the rush and able to jump up often and create some opportunities for her team.
Abby Bordedwy with the puck now in the neutral zone, gets the puck back after it went off of a skate of a Eastman Selects player. Bordedwy continuing with the puck. Bordedwy sends it to Grenier, wide open at the point. Grenier, her shot going to be blocked there by number 19 and Haley Clayton. That puck gets past Foster, Emily Foster, unable to hold it in the neutral zone. Now back into her own end is Huberdeau for the Selects. Her pass up into the neutral zone. Picked off there, turned over into the possession of Janique Grenier. Caitlin Anderson now gets the puck up the boards. Anderson gets it back. Anderson coming in now. She's going to try to make a move to the inside, but a good stick by the Eastman Selects to shut her down.
And it looks like Dana Bell is elected to separate the duo of the Anderson sisters, putting them on their own line separately. We'll have to keep an eye on, see if they can generate some chemistry with players other than their sister.
You always like to see a coach, try different line combinations to see what works for his team, especially as playoff time is coming up very soon, trying to get the right line combinations heading into the playoffs here, Cody.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at the stats for both Anderson girls, they are able to both put up points offensively. Like you had mentioned, Caitlin Anderson maintaining 0.59 points per game average. Her sister not far behind at a 0.55.
Yeah, and taking a look at it here, Cody, Jessica Anderson, her grad year is in 2025, so she's going to have a lot of time to grow and improve in this MFHL U18 AAA Hockey League.
Yeah, she definitely is one of the youngest players on this team, and I haven't actually done the research, but I would venture to say in the league alone, she is probably one of the younger players playing this year.
Mackenzie Coolin's shot turned aside by Maya Jones. Quinn McLaren, she steps up into the offensive zone, but unable to keep possession of the puck. You definitely have to think Quinn looking for a hat trick here in this in the rest of the game.
Yeah, especially when you're when you're playing the point and you have an opportunity to try and get a hat trick. There's almost that extra little ambition to do it because as a defenseman, you're often taking those long-range shots, and when you're able to capitalize twice in a game, when you have to kind of counterbat that, you're going to be putting that extra oomph in to get that third one going forward.
Draw one by Abby Bordedoui to number 10, Emily Foster. Puck's down low to number 8 in Mai Pierce. Pierce back in possession of the puck. Pierce, she's going to send that one down low with the backhand, but that one misses Cambry Martins. Puck sent into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone for an icing, so we'll get another face-off in the Eastman Select Set.
And it looks like the Hawks are going to swap out 2-point ladies here. They're going to take Grenier and Foster off and put Vanstone and Fiala, who have been quite well at generating shots from the point so far this year.
Maya Pierce steps up into the zone off the draw, got possession of the puck, but it's played out of the Eastman Select zone now. Into the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, Erica Fiala sends that off her backboards in the direction of Cambry Martins, but the Eastman Selects able to send that down low. That going to be turned over. Ariana Weary now, her shot going to go wide of the net. I believe that did hit a stick going through of a Pembina Valley Hawks player. Puck is going to be along the boards. A battle there along the boards. 2 Eastman Selects players in that area and also 2 Pembina Valley Hawks players in that area. Good support there from Pierce to get that to another area of the ice. Weary with a shot. That's blocked. Shot there by Gauthier. My apologies for pronouncing that name weirdly, folks, to the Gauthier family. Maya Pierce now in the neutral zone. She was behind her own end of the red line there, own side of the red line, but no icing on the play. It was waved off. Gracie Carroll's down low. She's going to lose that puck battle. Gauthier sends that to Hauser. Hauser to Clayton, but that pass misses her. Quinn McLaren now looking up ice, and that pass going to miss her teammates. And it's going to be an icing on the play. Draw in the Pembina Valley Hawks zone.
Yeah, definitely a strong game by both teams. Early on, this second period looked like the Hawks really were bringing it to the Selects. The recent couple minutes there, the Selects able to generate some of their own momentum, able to get some possession time in the offensive zone.
Leah Puto sends that up to Gracie Carrolls, but behind the play, Quinn McLaren gets caught with the hook on Pandora Turcotte, and that will send the Eastman Selects to their second power play of the game.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a a bit of a bad play there. Behind the play, you don't want to be taking a penalty out away from where the play is going, but that penalty is going to bring us to the Evolve Green penalty kill. Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here on the network.
In the possession of the Eastman Selects, that pass played to the point to Ginger Fast. Fast now plays that down low to a teammate, but the pass back to Fast misses her, and it's out of the Pembina Valley zone. Anna Cabron in on the forecheck on this penalty kill, forcing a turnover, and here's Abby Borderdui. Borderdui goes wide, she shoots, and that's saved by Maya Jones. Possessed by the Eastman Selects now. Janique Labossiere looks up ice and fires a pass to Huberdeau. Huberdeau now sends a pass to number 15 in Kennedy Hauser, but her shot turned aside and covered up by number 1 Trians.
Yeah, and this penalty kill looking a little bit stronger than they did in the first period, being able to get a little bit of possession time down into the offensive zone with the Selects, and able to get some more puck possession than the Selects.
Puck's going to be sent out of the zone, or was sent out of the zone by number 22 and Zenith Van Stone. Here is Jenna Sellen. Sellen in the neutral zone past the blue line now. Sellen goes wide. Sellen gonna lose her balance, and it's to the point to Kaylee Irwin. Her shot from the point, long shot turned aside by the right pad of number 1 Trians. Puck rimmed around the boards, and Maya Pierce sends this one out on the penalty kill, and the Hawks able to get a fresh four set of legs.
Definitely a timely icing there by Maya Pierce, as the Hawks were getting hemmed in a little bit on the penalty kill with 15 seconds left. They'll just look to close out the rest of this.
Number 27, Cassie Lesage, her pass to number 17 in JC Huberdeau. Huberdeau unable to cradle that puck, and we're back to even strength here. Eastman 1 for 2 on the power play in this game at this point. And I believe, was that goal by Eastman scored on the power play?
It was a scramble in front of the net, in front of Tria Ents there on the power play.
Yeah, so I got it right there. I'm not just
there,
imagining things and going crazy here, Cody.
No, you're not going crazy yet there, Graham. We've still got some years for that.
Oh, yeah. I hope not. I hope not. I hope it doesn't happen. But going back to the play now, it's Caitlin Anderson. She tries to stop up there and delay, but gets the puck taken away. Down low is her sister and Jessica Anderson battling out with number 6. Puck in front of the net, and that's going to be covered up by Maya Jones getting a stoppage in play.
We were talking before the game about the Hawks goaltending. Looking at the Selects goaltending, their goaltending has been fairly well in their own right. Looking at number 37, Maya Jones, she is just a hair below starting goaltender Tria Ents in the saves percentage department at an 8.99.
Yeah, and one thing about the Eastman Selects coming into their weekend of games is they were tied with the Interlake Lightning for most goals allowed in the MFHL, along with the Interlake Lightning. I think the Eastman Selects have now the most goals allowed in the league, since Interlake is only playing in one game, and Eastman let up 6 yesterday against Westman and 2 today, so I believe their total now goes to 79 goals against on the season.
That's some good mental math there by Graham to remember all those stats.
Looks like school really did pay off for me there, Cody.
Well, the teachers will tell you that it paid off.
Well, they'll always tell you that, right? But Maya Pierce getting physical in the Eastman Select zone. And we're going to get a penalty here. And Kaylee Irwin and Maya Pierce, looks like they have some words for each other. The ref's breaking it up.
Wonder if we're going to get a coincidental here and get both girls going to the box.
It will be interesting to see here, Cody.
There definitely will be a call here on Maya Pierce, but it looks like both officials there talking and seeing. And it looks like referee had decided to go with just the one penalty on the play there, and that is going to be going to number 8, assistant captain Maya Pierce.
And Maya Pierce not too happy about that one. She's had some words for the refs, putting her arms up. Not too sure what she said, but gives Eastman another advantage on the girl advantage for the 3rd time in this game.
Yeah, and that does, like you said, Graham, send them to the girl advantage, and that girl advantage is brought to you by Evolve Green for the Pembina Valley Hawks today. Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here for ASTV.
Janique Labossier sends that to a teammate with the backhand to JC Huberdeau. Huberdeau sends it back to Labossier, hops over her stick, but Labossier gets it back. Labossier looks like she was going to get set to fire a pass to a teammate, but gets it taken away. And now here's Eastman driving towards the net, but a good job there by Treyans to stay tight on her post.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Treyans. She saw that one coming from a mile away.
Now behind the Eastman Select's own net, it's Chloe Gauthier. With some time, she sends that to the right to number 8, Ginger Fast. Fast sends that across to Selin. Jenna Selin now looks to take it wide, but Fiala having none of that. Cuts her off, played the angle nicely. Selin with the puck now. She sends it to the point to Fast. Fast, her shot low, going to be turned aside by Treyans. Rebound there, but it's going to be turned aside by the Pembina Valley Hawks. Number 14, Caitlin Anderson, now able to get this one out. Ginger Fast sending it into the Pembina Valley Hawk zone. And Quinn McLaren able to dump this all the way down into the Eastman Select zone. In on the puck, in on the play. The forecheck is number 2, Gracie Carrolls. She gets tied up there. And the Eastman Selects with numbers, able to get possession of the puck.
That's one thing Gracie Carrolls does quite well on the penalty kill, is she moves her feet, and she's able to often beat the defender all the way down for the puck.
And there is going to be an icing on the play. Well, there was an icing on the play, meaning we will get a face-off inside of the Eastman Select zone here with 19 seconds remaining on their girl advantage.
And, this penalty kill has been fairly strong so far this weekend. Aside from that one goal we did see earlier today, they have been able to now close out with 14 seconds left. I don't want to jinx myself, Graham, but so far they've been able to close out the final 2 penalties they've received.
The Selects finally getting it out of the zone. A big hit there and another hit, and Kaylee Irwin going to pay the price for that. Her physical play there on Abby Bordery. I believe this will be an interference. Here come the Pembina Valley Hawks into the Eastman Select zone. Maya Pierce out of the box, sends that out in the slot area. Finally touched up by the Selects, and I believe it will be Kaylee Irwin going to the box for an interference call.
And it does look like Kaylee Irwin was the one who was jostling with Maya Pierce just before Maya's penalty. Now Irwin getting a penalty on her own. It did look like Bordenwe kind of did skate into her a bit there to try and goad Irwin into hitting her, but it does send the Hawks to the Supplement King power play. Supplement King in Swift Current and Winkler for all your supplement needs.
Bordery sends a pass up to the point to Fiala. Fiala tries sending it back to Bordery, but fans on it. Ends up getting that to Quinn McLaren. Bordery on the half wall. She loses possession of the puck, and it's sent down by the Eastman Selects. The Hawks looking to regroup and get it into the Eastman Select zone now. And here's Erica Fiala. Her shot, she shoots, and that is a save made by Maya Jones as she covers it up here.
I don't want to venture too far, but really, I've seen a lot of strides in Erica Fiala's game this year with her confidence with the puck. Early on in the season, we hadn't seen a lot of those end-to-end rushes from Fiala, but lately, been something a little bit more in her game.
Annika Braun able to play that up to the point to Jannick Grenier. Jannick Grenier, here shot low, save made there by Maya Jones. Back into the Hawks' possession now. Annika Braun, top of the right circle, she shoots, and that one goes high of the net. Jannick Grenier unable to get to that puck and keep it in. Still a minute left in this power play for the Hawks. It's going to be turned over into Ginger Fast possession, but that low shot on net saved by Trians, and she leaves it for a teammate in. The Hawks break out here. Shot on net, low one, and that is going to be covered up and saved by Maya Jones. And folks, want to take some time to mention that we are using our new media player today. We got a lot of cool features on it. Cody, I know that you know about the media player. I've already talked about it on my shows as well, but your thoughts on the new media player, what it possesses for us to be able to do.
Yeah, definitely just adding the fact that we can do highlights and just make some of the other things that we do with ASTV a little bit easier, and kind of helps us be able to branch out into different areas with our media here.
Exciting stuff. Can't wait to get to use this media player more and more. I know one of our analysts, the third man on our crew today, the man on Suts Inside Scoop, definitely excited about that. To be using the highlight feature in the new media player. That shot by Quinn McLaren, a heavy one, turned aside by Maya Jones. We're back to even strength here. The Hawks not able to score on this power play. Sent towards the net. Maya Jones got a piece of it. The Hawks unable to put it home into the net, and that shot scores! Quinn McLaren finding her teammate, I believe it was Cambry Martins, and Martins able to put it into that open side of the net. The Hawks extending their lead to 3-1 here, Cody.
Yeah, it almost looked like that had, I thought that gone off the skate from the point shot from Quinn McLaren off the skate of the selects, but it looked like by the excitement there had gone off Cambry Martins there picking up the goal. And as always, Pembina Valley Hawks goals are brought to you by Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here on the network.
And I could tell you we're very excited there, Cody, in the corner of my eye, thinking it was Quinn McLaren who in fact got the goal, but a nice pass there, great vision by McLaren to locate Cambry at the side of the net.
Yeah, whether it was a goal or not, she still picked up, I believe, another point on today's game, and 3 points in having something to do with all 3 goals, really has some poetic justice to it, doesn't it, Graham?
Poetic justice reminds me of the song Kendrick Lamar has, Poetic Justice. So there you go, right? But into the Eastman zone, draw one by Jessica Anderson. Unable to keep it in there was Fiala. Fiala, her pass off the boards, not exactly a pass, but the play of the puck off the boards goes down for an icing, and we will get a face-off inside of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone with 5:56 left in the second period of play. 11-10 are the shots in advantage of Pembina Valley in this game, and they also lead it by a score of 3-1.
Yeah, shots a little bit closer today for the Hawks than it was yesterday against the Interlake Lightning, with being only 1 shot difference opposed to about a 30-shot difference yesterday in yesterday's game.
Ariana Weary's shot from the point, a low one, didn't give Trians too much trouble and makes a routine save to cover it up once again.
Yeah, Trians has looked good today. Aside from that one kind of scramble in front of the net, she's turned away all other 11 shots she has faced today.
Puck's going to be rimmed around in the Hawks' own zone, rimmed around the boards. It is Caitlin Anderson now in the neutral zone, sends it into the Eastman Select zone deep just before the blue line. In the possession of Leah Puto now. Puto stepping up into the zone, forces Mackenzie Cooling to take her position at the point. Cooling now back down low, up to Puto, back into her position, and that shot gets a tip, but it goes wide of the net. Now Eastman Looking to play it up the boards. They do, but Puto steps up into the play on the pinch to force a turnover on that puck. Takes it away, and Cambry Martin's unable to keep it in with her skate. And now here is a chance for Eastman, but an interference penalty coming on the play here.
Yeah, not surprised. Stick of Leah Puto was knocked out of her hands there as she was trying to get back into play, and it looks like number 21 of Pandora Turcotte, the Eastman Selects goal scorer, is going to the box again today for 2 minutes for interference, and that sends the Hawks to another supplementing power play. Supplement King and Winkler and Swift Current for all your supplement needs.
Erica Fiala roaming near the blue line, passes to McLaren. Her shot goes wide of the net. McLaren looking for that third goal still in this game. Looking for the Hattie. She goes across to number 18 and Abby Borderdwy. You could see a person in the crowd calling for another penalty, putting the hand up, but of course the refs pay no attention to that, Cody.
Yeah, it looked like some people were maybe calling for a call there, like you said, on Borderdwy, but ref said no, it wasn't quite enough contact there to merit a penalty.
Abby Borderdwy with the puck in her own end. She sends a stretch pass up to Maya Pierce. Pierce able to deflect that in to the Eastman Select zone. Eastman able to get it out of their own end into the Hawk zone now. Emily Foster tries making a tight turn to evade Ginger Fast, but loses her footing. Foster goes up into the neutral zone with the stretch pass to Kaylin Anderson. Anderson cuts to the inside, low shot on net, rebound there, but cleared away by the Eastman players in front of Maya Jones.
Nice low shot there by Caitlin Anderson to look for a rebound. Cooling wasn't quite able to make her way for the rebound, but nice play nonetheless.
Emily Foster drops this back to Abby Borderdwy as Borderdwy looking to lead the rush lead the attack into the Eastman zone. She did just that, gets that puck to Quinn McLaren. McLaren now waiting. She shoots through a screen, attempting to, but that's going to be blocked by the Selects. And in the dying seconds of this power play, Eastman going to get out of it with another penalty kill.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Eastman penalty kill here. They were able to, even though Hawks were able to get some momentum, were pretty much for the most part able to keep the Hawks to the perimeter and get no high danger shots on net.
Here's Cambry Martin. She tries cutting to the inside, but unable to complete that move past the Eastman player. Now here's Janique Labossiere. She goes to Clayton. Clayton, her shot, and I believe Trianne's getting a piece of that one. High quality scoring chance there for the Selects.
Yeah, that was a nice right pad save there by Tria Enns at the last second to get a pad on it.
Here's Janique Labossiere now. Gets a step on Gracie Carroll's. Janique shoots, and that one gave Tria Enns a bit of trouble, but she's able to stand tall and stand strong there to make that save. Labossiere goes off for a change. Number 3, Janique Grenier for the Pembina Valley Hawks now taking it out of her own end. She looks to send this on net, and she does. And the puck now in the Selects possession. They get it out of their own end, back into the Selects possession now in their own end once again. And here's Ariana Weary coming in. Weary going wide. She sends that to Ginger Fast, and now here comes Annika Braun with some speed, building it up in the neutral zone, protects the puck nicely, tries sending that across, but covered up there by the Eastman Selects on that play. Shot from the point, rebound there, scores! And I don't think there was actually a rebound put out by Maya Jones. That puck did not get through, I believe, but guess who was there to put it in? It was Maya Pierce making this one. 4-1 game, 4-1 lead for the Hawks now.
I believe that was Mackenzie Coolin there,
Mackenzie
Graham.
Coolin.
I know the 8 and the 9
my apologies,
very
my
much
apologies.
here. But as always, Mackenzie Coolin's goal was brought to you by Murray Chrysler, in Carmen and Morden?
No, sometimes, Cody, it's tough to tell with some of these numbers, especially with this black match. So my apologies there. Mackenzie Coolin getting on the board for her team in this game today, making it a 4-1 game. 45 seconds remain in this second period of action now. The Hawks leading the Selects 4-1. Maya Pierce going to weave with Borderdui. Borderdui gets the puck back and shoots. That one wide of the net, sent back out in front by Pierce, but Borderdui unable to locate that puck. Played up the boards, and here's Erica Fiala. Fiala now looking, she's going to try sending this through, but it's going to be blocked. Cambry Martins with possession of the puck now, sends it to Maya Pierce. Cambry Martins gets that back to Fiala now. Fiala kicks it out wide to Borderdui. Her shot off of the post! Not sure if that was the crossbar, it might have been, but off the iron, so close to making it a 5-1 game, but in fact, we remain at 4-1 at the end of the second period of play. After 40 minutes, the Pembina Valley Hawks lead in the Eastman Selects 4-1, and the shots, I don't know, for some reason, they seem a bit lower than I would have thought, but 13-13 are the shots on the scoreboard shown here at the Access Event Center here, Cody.
Yeah, I would agree. The shot clock does look a little lower than what we have seen. I would say the Hawks have taken a little bit more closer to that 18-19 shot, and I'd say the Selects probably right around that 15-16 shot rate, but nonetheless, both teams trying to put up their offensive numbers as best they can, and both teams are registering shots.
Well, after 40 minutes of play, of course, the Pembina Valley Hawks in command of this game on the scoreboard, 4-1 at this point. We are going to send it to our second period sponsor commercial break, as well as some other commercials, and going to be hearing from Seth Rock and Cody Wall. Of course, Seth, the third man, doing the camera work for today's game between the Hawks and Eastman Selects, and Cody, of course, being the color commentator. They'll be back here in the second intermission to give you guys the scoop. Well, Seth will give you guys the inside scoop on Seth's Inside Scoop.
And just before we send it to commercial, our second period today was brought to you by Auto Works in Winkler. Vehicle repair, tires, vehicle detailing. Auto Works is a place in southern Manitoba.
Making the world a better place is always a work in progress, because our idea of success is not an endpoint, it's a new milestone from which we can move forward. As industries rise and new technologies take shape, we're committed to keeping pace, to ensuring our innovations are shared and our journeys celebrated, even as we set our sights on where to go next. This is how we live, how we learn, how we grow. Red River College, what we're doing is working.
The town of Stonewall is a great place to call home. Located just 25 kilometers north of Winnipeg, we offer our residents an abundance of services and amenities, from quality schools to a hospital with a fully functioning emergency room to great seniors housing. Our recreational facilities are second to none. The Veterans Memorial Sports Complex, the Heritage Arts Centre, Fines Field at Quarry Park, our paved walking paths, nature trails, and our jewel, Kinsman Lake. Stonewall has a strong base of businesses full of dedicated community-minded entrepreneurs that include a full range of retail and personal service businesses. Our industrial park has grown significantly in recent years, demonstrating the robust economy of our community and surrounding area. The quality of life experienced by our residents rivals any other community, which is why Stonewall is a great place to call home.
At CM Engrave, we create more than just trophies, medals, and signs. We create time. Time for family. Time for growing your business. Time for the moments that make you, you. With more than 30 years experience for all your engraving needs. CM Engrave.
Welcome back to the Access Event Center. I'm Cody Wall here. Just gonna lead you into the final third period of tonight's affair. Been a pretty entertaining game that we've been witness to between the Eastman Selects and the Pembina Valley Hawks today. So far the Hawks have been able to put out their best offensive foot so far today, able to capitalize on 4 goals so far, and really been able to shut down the Eastman Selects, aside from that 1 goal registered on the power play for the Eastman Selects. And we're going to be joined here by the Eastman Selects here in just a moment. Here we have the Zamboni just going off here after the flood. We are going to be getting underway for our third period. But before we get underway, I just want to thank all you viewers out there for tuning in today. And today's game was brought to you by Tovi Hockey. Tovi Hockey is a proud sponsor of ASTVs here on the network. And as well as Tovi Hockey supporting us, we want to thank all you guys at home for supporting us in all these different facets. We do have shows, players that we are covering throughout the year on a Hawks report, as well as other shows hosted by Graham and other counterparts here at ASTV. And with future shows to come in the near future.
And we just this third period. I'm pretty sure, have you filled everyone in on what's happened so far, the scores and stuff like that?
Yeah, I tried to fill all the folks at home in on our game that we have at hand with our 4-1 lead for the Pembina Valley Hawks.
And for those of you that were awaiting the second intermission edition of Seth's Inside Scoop for this game, don't worry. I know we didn't get it to you guys, but we will be doing a Seth's Inside Scoop for Postgame here with Seth Rock and my color commentator Cody Wall. But Graham Forsyth here, back on the play-by-play for period 3. We're underway here, of course. The Hawks leading this one 4-1 over the Eastman Selects. Icing to start off this period, just 10 seconds in, so we will be getting a face-off inside of the Eastman Select zone here.
And Graham, what do you think some of the thoughts going through the Eastman Selects right now?
I think just it's a new period, right? Even though you're down, 20 miles to go. Anything can happen in the game of hockey. Just try to create some momentum for yourselves in this third period to maybe get one, and once you get one, more of that belief starts to set in. So I think that is one of the things that they need to look for, some momentum to get one their way in this period, Cody.
For sure. Always good insight from you there, Graham.
Oh, I appreciate it, Cody. You as well. We're into the Pembina Valley Hawk zone. It is turned away, that shot, by Trians. And it's in the Hawks' possession, back behind their own net. That puck out in front, a bit of a scramble, but it's Trians standing tall. And speaking of potential momentum there, could have maybe built some momentum there for the Eastman Selects, but unable to get that into the net.
Yeah, Trians has stood tall today. Really, the only ones that have looked a little shaky have been the ones that have been, lots of traffic in front and kind of a mad scramble. Other than that, she's stood tall today.
Pass up in the Hog zone to Caitlin Anderson. Sent back into the Hog zone by the Selects. Quinn McLaren back to retrieve that puck. That pass, unable to connect with Caitlin Anderson. She gets it back now, and she's looking to take it wide. Anderson playing it off of the boards, and she's going to continue to go wide, but rubbed out there by Cassidy Lesage. Up at the point, it's Fiala trying to step in, and she does. Fiala tries to shoot, but unable to get anything on that shot, and that goes wide. Cassidy Lesage tries playing it out, but held in there by Erica Fiala. Off the boards to a teammate, and there's a scramble out in front. A lot of bodies in front, 2 bodies on the ice, and it's going to be Jenna Sellen getting up first, and then following her getting up is Ava Delbozic, and taken the other way by JC Huberto. JC Huberto sending this one around the boards in the opposition team's end of the Pembina Valley Hawks. Pembina Valley getting it out, and they're looking to go on the forecheck. Eastman selects a short pass out to Pandora Turcotte. Turcotte, I believe that's her, gets taken out at the blue line of the Pembina Valley Hawks, and looks like we will get an icing here on the play, Cody.
Yeah, I was watching the play develop there, Graham. I didn't quite see what happened between Turcotte and Foster, if it was just kind of some incidental contact or what happened there.
Abby Borderie in on the draw for the Pembina Valley Hawks. Draw is going to be won by Abby Borderie. Quinn McLaren playing that around the boards to her teammate Angelique Grenier. Puck into the neutral zone now. Hawks unable to get possession. It's back into the Hawks zone now. Quinn McLaren plays that up in her own end to Naomi Scarf. And that puck, getting in the way of it, was Naomi Scarf, and it goes into the Eastman bench.
And yeah, been a very entertaining period so far early on in this third. Been a little bit back and forth, and looks like after mentioning that collision between Foster and Turcotte, looks like Foster is going off. Unfortunate to see. Looks like she is holding her back. We're going to send all best wishes to number 10 and Emily Foster, and hopefully she doesn't see too long out of game action here.
Yes, and Emily Foster, one of the 3 assistant captains on this year's Pembina Valley Hawks team, definitely a player that they look for, Cody, to provide some leadership out there. Abby Borderie taking it in. Now Abby Borderie making a nice move there around Gauthier, but ends up losing the puck down low. It's back in the possession of the Hawks, though, and Puto going to turn it over, but the Hawks sticking with it on the strong forecheck.
Yeah, that was a silky move there by Borderie to bring it from one side to the next, and really had the defender bite. Unfortunately, wasn't able to keep possession of that puck and finish off on the strong play, but a nice move nonetheless.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times this year where Borderie has had those hands like silk, right? Very smooth hands, and very exciting player to watch here in this league for the Pembina Valley Hawks. Draws one to Erica Fiala. Nice skating there by her to create some space for herself at the blue line. It's going to be Jessica Anderson down low with the puck now. Tight turns to evade the Eastman Selects attack there down low. Ends up getting it to her sister, Caitlin Anderson. Jessica Anderson tries to clog the boards, but that gets by her, and now it's taken away and into the possession of Janique Labossiere for the Selects. Labossiere taking some time, goes across to Gauthier, but that pass missing her teammates, and going to be in the possession of the Pembina Valley Hawks. Naomi Scarf able to out-muscle Gauthier there. Scarf tries to get it back to the point. Dale Bozic coming up into the play now into the Eastman Select zone, creating some havoc along the boards. Quinn McLaren dumps this one in, rimming it around the boards in the Eastman Select zone. And Dale Bozic there. Dale Bozic tries getting that one on net. A shot from a sharp angle by Gracie Carroll. She gets that on net and gets it back to the point. Grenier with the shot, tipped, unable to get through. Blocked by her own teammate. That attempt by another Hawks player, Scarf, to get it through, gets blocked as well. And here goes the Eastman Select, sending it into the Pembina Valley zone, but a bit too far for an icing on the play.
Yeah, one thing I've seen the Hawks do quite well is they generate a lot of shots by passing them to the point and then creating a bit of a wall for Maya Jones so that she can't see, and creates a bit of a screen. And we've seen on numerous times some of the shots have trickled through and kind of stumped her a little bit with not being able to get a good, clean look at them.
Leah Puto tries sending that to Braun, and that pass unable to connect. Erica Fiala now plays that across to a teammate that was not there, and the puck gets sent out of the play into the netting, and we will get a face-off just outside of the Eastman select zone. And of course, we've talked about the Anderson sisters quite a bit here, Cody. Caitlin Anderson will have one more year to play in this league. She is a 2023 graduate, of course, so they got to play this year with each other on this team and get a chance to play with each other next year, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. When you're different age groups, you don't always get that chance to play with your brother or sister at whatever group you're at. But luckily for the Anderson sisters, they do get a chance to play a little bit of time together, and they're going to end up getting 2 years here.
And nice puck movement there from Grenier to Borderdui, and Borderdui got tripped up, and we are going to be seeing the Pembina Valley Hawks going to the power play off of that tripping penalty from Bethany Wilgosh.
And it looks like that penalty to Wilgosh will send the Hawks to the Supplement King power play. Athletes contact Supplement King and Swift Current and Winkler today for all your supplement needs.
Fiala sends that down low to Caitlin Anderson. Anderson spins around, tight turn. She's going to have some space. Irwin lost her stick, so the Eastman selects at more of a disadvantage right now. Irwin gets her stick, picks it up again, and now Fiala at the point. She's going to go to the left side to pull in. That shot not the hardest, unable to get through. But the Hawks able to outmuscle win the puck battle, and Fiala gets it across to McLaren. McLaren, her shot going to miss the net. And it's back to Fiala. Fiala now surveying, looking for options. She passes to Quinn McLaren. McLaren now with some patience, back to Fiala. Fiala, her shot blocked there by Ginger Fast. It's going to be Fiala doing a good job to hold the line and get that down low. Her teammates in a puck battle there. Jessica Anderson coming in, good support. Gets tied up, and the Selects still unable to get it out. Grenier passes it across to McLaren. Her shot blocked by Ginger Fast, and Fast, Cody, with 2 solid blocks on that penalty kill sequence.
Yeah, definitely on the penalty kill. That's something you kind of need to be successful sometimes, is getting in those shot lanes and, really sacrificing your body. And that's something Fast has been able to do on this penalty kill so far.
And a bit of panic there in front of the Eastman Selects net, but they're able to evade it. Camry Martins now. Looks like she was going down low to Abby Borderdui, but that missed her. And the Selects able to get it out. Only 9 seconds remaining on this power play. Time winding down even more. 4 seconds now remaining. Borderdui in the neutral zone. She's going to look to take this wide. Borderdui plays this off the boards. Unable to get that one all the way down low. And the penalty kill is over. Back to even strength here. Should be an icing on this play, and it is. And we'll get a face-off inside of the Hawks zone off that icing by the Hawks with 12-11 left in this third period of action. 4-1. The Hawks lead this game.
Yeah, and I would say even though the Hawks didn't capitalize on that power play, that was definitely one of their strongest sequences for the power play, I would say. Able to generate a lot of momentum off of that.
And a save made there by Trians shortly off of that face-off after that puck was dropped, but she's able to stand tall and cover it up for another face-off in the Hawk zone. Pandora Turcotte on the draw, loses that for Eastman. Draw won by Gracie Carrolls. Puck gets played around to the boards to the right side of Trians. Down low now. Eastman tries to get possession of it, sends it out in front, but it's going to be Zenith Vanstone there to take that away and play it to a teammate. Erica Fiala now rims that around the boards. That short pass from Naomi Scarf gets intercepted, but the puck able to get out of the Pembina Valley Hawk zone, and the Selects go offside. So we'll get a face-off just outside of the Hawk zone.
And nice wheels by Scarf there after she made a bit of that misplay there to turn that over to the Selects. She really turned on the Jets there to try and rectify that errant pass and kind of force that offside play there.
Draws one by Jessica Anderson, back to Puto. Puto across to McLaren. McLaren, nice pass up to Kaylin Anderson. Anderson cuts to the inside and gets it to a teammate after Eastman was unable to take that puck away, and shot on net, saved by Maya Jones and covered up.
And the Hawks really turned it on this period, I would say, Graham. This has been, I just mentioned that power play being their strongest of the game. I would say this period, so far by their effort level, has been their best output, just effort-wise.
Quinn McLaren takes this one down low into the zone, near the hash marks, gets it taken away, and now here goes number 9 of Devin Brown, gets the puck stripped, and now here goes Kaylin Anderson. Cuts to the inside, tried cutting back to the outside, but good stick there by the Eastman Selects defenseman to eliminate that. Now here's number 9 of Devin Brown, plays it up to a teammate. That's going to be played up to JC Huberdeau. Huberdeau tries to win the race to the puck, but Jannick Grenier was already in good possession to get that puck. Sent into the Eastman Select zone now with 10:28 left here in this third period. The Hawks still leading 4-1. It's into the neutral zone now. Jannick Grenier sends that in. No icing on the play because she was across her side of the red line. Able to get a line change as well. Abby Borderie jumped into the play there to try to pick that one off, but unsuccessful in that. She did get a piece of it. Behind the Eastman Selects net now. Lesage plays that in the feet of one of her teammates in Ginger Fast, but Fast able to get it back. Plays that to her teammate in number 12 in Woolgosh. And now here goes Ginger Fast coming in. She shoots, and save made there by Triens, and a penalty coming up to the Pembina Valley Hawks for interference. So we will be seeing the Eastman Selects go into their power play here for the first time this period, Cody.
Yeah, it looked like Leah Puto kind of stood up the Selects defender there, and getting the call there for interference does put the Hawks to the Evolve Green penalty kill. As always, Evolve Green sponsoring the penalty kill for the Hawks. They're one of our proud sponsors for ASTV.
Now, shot is going to be blocked from Gauthier, and Gauthier unable to get that through, and the Hawks able to get this all the way down into the Eastman Select zone. Eastman forced to break out from all the way in there, and Ariana Weary sends that to number 13 and Chloe Gauthier. Chloe Gauthier still with the puck, taking it wide. She's going to delay down low, circling back, and leaves it for a teammate in number 18. Weary with the shot, tries to get that through a screen, and finding it through the traffic. A loose puck was Triens covering it up here with 1:25 left on this Eastman power play.
Yeah, as we look at the shot clock there, Graham, it just kind of more cements that idea that I don't think there is a quite accurate count of the shots today, because I do think we've seen Triens see more than her fair share of those 19 shots.
Getting in the way of that was Pandora Turcotte. Turcotte down low, the only goal scorer for Eastman Selects today, as they only do have one goal. Back to the point for Caitlin Moffat. Moffat sends that to Turcotte. Turcotte sending that one down low in the direction, in the area of one of her teammates. And we're going to see another clearing attempt by the Hawks. And folks, a chance there from Abby Borderie, a misplay by the Selects, but the Selects able to get out of it.
Yeah, great wheels by Borderie to really force Maya Jones's hand there to kind of misplay that.
Abby Borderdui in the neutral zone now, tries getting that pass. Sullen, good stick by Cambry Martins, continuing with that good stick. Trying to take this off of Sullen, but Jenna Sullen ends up turning it over. Quinn McLaren with the puck, sends it down low, and the successful penalty killing from the Pembina Valley Hawks continuing here in late to the game.
Yeah, definitely just kind of adding to that point earlier about how they just turned it up this period. You know, their penalty kill has been just as strong as their power play was earlier, able to, kill off this one to Puteaux.
Back to even strength, Puteaux, line changing, getting number 14 and Caitlin Anderson on. Janique Labosse down low, ends up having that taken away from her. It's going to be Huberdeau going up to Weary. Weary, her shot, rebound there, save made by Enns, and falling on top of her was Janique Grenier, although I feel like it was incidental contact.
Yeah, that's one thing I always got in trouble for, Graham, was when there was a scrum in front of the net, knocking the opposing player onto the goalie. My goaltenders often didn't find that to be too amusing.
No, I could imagine not. That's one of the rules. You know, you don't want to touch the goaltender, especially in the crease, Cody. And, I could see you as a disturber out there. I won't say the word before because it would be inappropriate, but Cody out there, Cody Wall on his playing days, disturbing the goaltenders of the opposing teams.
You wouldn't be wrong there, Graham, in thinking that I like to stir it up a little bit.
It's number 8, Ginger Fast. Now she's going to draw a penalty here going down. It will be a trip on the play, and the Pembina Valley Hawks getting into some penalty trouble here late in this period, Cody, perhaps.
Yeah, we were talking about how strong they were playing, but some strong play can often get removed by getting into some penalty trouble. And as you mentioned, now looks like the Hawks have gone a bit of a sequence here of penalties. That penalty is going to send the Hawks to the Evolve Green penalty kill. Evolve Green, one of our proud sponsors here on ASTV.
Played back to the point to Irwin. That shot gets tipped by Turcotte, but she's unable to redirect it on the net. Turcotte in for support here as her teammate, number 19, is tied up. And that shot, I feel like, might have got deflected on the way through, Cody. But nonetheless, no matter what, Tria Enns up to the task once again.
Yeah, Tria Enns has just been up to the task so much today that she just looked good. She's looked phenomenal, only having that one kind of scramble get by her. Other than that, she's just been perfect out there.
Draw one to Irwin. Irwin, her shot, a bit of a funny bounce, and now where is it? It's in the front of the net, and a mad scramble once again, but the Hawks able to survive it. Zenith Vanstone able to get it down low, and Cody, some good chances here from Eastman early on in their second power play of this period.
Yeah, that we were just talking how the good period by the Hawks could be removed by some good power play by the Selects, and Selects are definitely going to try and do their part to make that happen today.
Jenna Sullen able to get through and into the offensive zone. Her pass intended for number 19, Haley Clayton, taken away by a Hawks defenseman. Behind the net now, number 13 of Chloe Gauthier. With some time, she ends up sending that across to one of her teammates in Brown. But it's taken the other way now by the Hawks in the neutral zone. Here's Cambry Martins. Delayed offside on the play as Mackenzie Cooling went down.
I thought Cooling had her foot still behind the line there, and a nice last-second effort to try and stay onside there, but unfortunately that wasn't the case.
With 18 seconds left in the Eastman power play, looking to get out of the zone and get one more chance here on this girl advantage. Brown's pass, intended for a teammate, gets disrupted by the shin pad of a Hawks player. And the Hawks, once again, killing off the power play of the Eastman Selects. Wasn't the prettiest at times, but they were able to get out of that one. Number 12 in Wilgosh now leaves that for a teammate. That shot blocked and in the corner. Rimmed around the boards. the Hawks looking to break out of the zone. The Eastman Selects applying good pressure on the forecheck. Caitlin Anderson, now her pass towards the middle, disrupted there by Wilgosh, but able to get it out of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone for the Hawks. And now a nice play there by Scarf to get in the lane of that attempt to put that puck up ice for the Selects. Selects able to get it out now. Zenith Vanstone back to recover the puck. Giving chase on her is number 18 and Kate Everett. And now the strong forecheck from the Selects, able to create a turnover. Turcotte sends that to the front of the net. Puck out in front. The Hawks able to send that out of their own end now. It's going to be Cassidy Lesage recovering it. Goes across to her teammate in the neutral zone in Weary. Turcotte now loses possession of the puck, but the Selects able to still have possession of it. A shot from the point by Cassidy Lesage misses. It's going to be Sellon playing that towards the front of the net, but unable to find a teammate. And here goes Naomi Scarf with 2:52 left in this third period of action. Eastman looking to get back in this game, but time is running out. 4-1 is the score. The Hawks looking to hold on here with a 3-goal lead over the Eastman Selects in this matchup today. Annika Braun taking it out from the corner. She goes across to wide open Leah Puto. Her shot tries to get through, but it's blocked. To the front was Abby Bordedwy, but she misses the net. Fiala, her shot blocked there by number 15 and Kennedy Hauser for the Eastman Selects. But on the puck is Cambry Martins. Martins battling along with Irwin. She ends up winning that puck battle down low. Martins sending that one down low to Abby Bordedwy now. Bordedwy up to the point to Puto. Puto goes across to Fiala, unloads. That shot scores! And might have gotten a tip, but great awareness there to work that around to the open girls on the ice for the Hawks. And Fiala let one rip there, Cody, and the rest being history on that play as the Hawks extend their 3-goal lead to 4 with a 5-1 lead now.
Yeah, definitely a nice play there. The Hawks looked like they were, going a little bit back on their heels after hitting that penalty trouble. But it was a nice play there by Puto to rip it from the point, and then I do believe it was Cambry Martins who had managed to chip that one in past Maya Jones.
And is that Cambry's second goal of the game here, Cody?
I do believe by my count that was her second of the game.
Well, a good night for number 15 as she's done some really good things for the Hawks out there tonight. The Pembina Valley Hawks in further command of this game with a 5-1 lead here, potentially looking to add on more as Caitlin Anderson comes into the zone, taking a Selects player wide but gets rubbed out. In on support, that F2 in Jessica Anderson. There for support, picked up the puck. Now Caitlin Anderson now with the puck again, takes it wide. Anderson looking, she tries the wraparound, but nice job for the Selects to get a stick on Caitlin Anderson there. Less than a minute to go here in this period. Now the Hawks look like they'll come out of this one, barring a miracle from the Selects, with a 5-1 victory. Looking to get to 11-12 on the season, as they most likely will, with 43.4 seconds left, and the gap between these two teams, Cody, with this win by the Pembina Valley Hawks today, going to widen to 9 points.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that the Hawks are going to be excited about, is extending that point difference between them and the Eastman Selects, and maybe trying to narrow that gap between some of the teams that they do have ahead of them in the standings.
And we'll get you guys the, where the Hawks are in the standings after this game with this win. But coming up after this game ends, we'll be throwing it to a commercial and then having an edition of Seth's Inside Scoop for you guys in postgame with Seth Rock and Cody Wall. But with 15 seconds left in this game, the Selects looking for one more opportunity on net, but they're unable to keep it in the zone. Good play there by Abby Bordedwy. The active stick to get it out, and with the time winding down, Pembina Valley might have given up a goal in this game against the Selects, but for the third time this season, the Pembina Valley Hawks defeat the Eastman Selects here. This time being at home at the Access Event Center on this Sunday afternoon in this late afternoon game, winning with a score of 5-1. And Cody, looking at the standings now, where does this put the Hawks in terms of the points? Already talked about how they are 9 points separated from the Eastman Selects now, but where does that put them in terms of them and the Winnipeg Ice? Is the Ice or the fourth place team?
So coming into today, the Hawks were trailing the Ice by 9 points, and now after picking up this win here, that is going to put them to within 7 points of the Ice. Trying to close that gap going into playoffs here.
Yeah, for sure. And a big win over the Pembina Valley Hawks this past Friday at their home rink at the Bell MTS Iceplex, beating them in that game 4-0. But in this game today, folks, we're going to take a commercial break, then send it to an edition of Seth's Inside Scoop. Usually don't do it at the end of our games, but since we missed the second intermission edition of it, we're going to give it to you guys post-game. This is going to be it for me on today's broadcast. Happy to be back. Like I've said already, 5-1 for the Pembina Valley Hawks over the Eastman Selects in this game. And looks by the shots, the Eastman Selects outshot the Pembina Valley Hawks 25-19. A great performance by Tria ends in this game. But we'll send it to a commercial break, folks. Cody, the third period sponsor for today's action.
Yeah, today's third period was brought to you by Dokes Bulk Fuel. For all your petroleum needs, contact Dokes Bulk Fuel. Welcome back to the Access Event Center for our post-game show here with Seth's Inside Scoop. I'm color commentator today, Cody Wall, brought to you with our third man on the crew, Seth Rock. Seth, was an entertaining game here that we were witness to today.
Yeah, 100%, and got a little bit of a different outlook on it. I got to watch through the lens of the camera. Got to, for all of you at home, you got to watch me show my expertise in the camera skill. But excited to break down this third period for Seth's Inside Scoop.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good game. A bit of a change of pace today. With instead of having a constant third man on the crew, we went with you doing the camera today. But Seth, from your viewpoint, what did the Pembina Valley Hawks do today that led them to the win?
It's sort of one of those more unusual games. I noticed there's not as much shots as we normally see in these games that happened today, and it was a more game contested. I saw a lot of back and forth action from both teams. A lot of play in the neutral zone, and towards that end of that third period, we saw the Eastman Selects start to catch a fire under them, and they were starting to really get their speed game going. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to pad or try to come back in the lead. They tried their hardest, but they were unable to get a few goals in there, the goals that they needed to really come back into this game. But I'd say they had an excellent finish to the game.
Yeah, definitely. When the Hawks ran into a bit of a penalty trouble, the Selects definitely started turning it on. But there's a lot of players that had kind of stepped up today. I know we had alluded to Quinn McLaren with her strong first period, but from your viewpoint, who would you want to give that line your mind player of the game to?
Yeah, I think you said it there perfectly. I'm not going to change anything up from what you just said. I'm going to go with Quinn McLaren. She led excellently for them tonight. opened the scoring for the Hawks with both the first 2 goals for the Hawks came from Quinn McLaren, and she was just a general pest for the Eastman Selects to deal with. Every time she was on the ice, she was doing the right thing, whether in the defensive zone, whether in the offensive zone, or even in the neutral zone, just making those good plays, those good smart plays, and definitely a big reason why her team came out on top today.
For sure. And before we sign off on today's post-game show, what were some of the things that you think that the Eastman Selects need to work on going forward to try and maintain pace with some of the other teams in the MFHL?
There was times in this game where they showed they had that fire. They showed they could compete with this Hawks team, and I think the last 10 minutes of the third period was definitely what I think they'd want to try to work on, trying to emulate in their next few games coming up. Try to, really use your legs to win those puck battles, win races to pucks, and really activate on their forecheck more. Once their forecheck got active late in that third period, I thought they were pretty. They started to find a lot of success and get a lot more opportunities, and ended up out shooting the Hawks. So I think, if they can work on trying to emulate their last half of this third period, get their feet moving a little bit more. I think they got a good chance to really, get a few wins rolling in the next few games for them.
As always, Seth, some great insight by you, and for all you guys watching at home, I want to thank you for tuning in. As always, you can tune in and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, on our website, and while on our website, be sure to check out some of our other features like Coffee with Graham, our AAA show, and among other shows that we have on the network. I'm Cody Wall here for ASTV, signing off and saying thank you, and have a good night.